I'm dog
Huh?
tired. Dog tired. Dog tired.
So
Right
tired.
about the that shit. What up?
Are we live?
You're live, sir.
Gravy is back
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
from the depths of the Bay Area. I am back.
Oh, no. Not the Gravenstein.
Well, San Francisco. Yeah, it's the Bay Area.
Yeah. That technically is the Bay Area.
It's fucking hot. It's hot over here, man.
Yeah, it's like, what, 105 right now?
Yeah, 105.
Crazy.
But loved your show, man. You guys did real good without me. I thought about retiring from the show, man.
No,
You guys,
we always need you, bro. We're always
You guys
need
don't need me no more, bro. You don't need me no more.
Gravy, like I said, you are the glue to this show.
Man. The glue is dripping. It's a cheap glue you buy at the dollar store.
No, you're the cheat code, bro. Like, you gotta understand that if it wasn't with gravy, you know what I mean? Nothing's good without gravy, bro.
The gorilla glue that's spelled wrong at the dollar store, man.
He said it's spelled wrong.
You got Gabe in the house. Good to see you,
Gabe,
Gabe.
what up, Gabe?
Yes, sir. What's cracking? What's dragging?
This dude, you changed my mind, Gabe. You changed my feelings, man.
Hey, man. It's just, I don't know, man. It just seemed out of nowhere. You know what I mean? I was kind of on his side too, you know, but then just hearing everything, yeah, it's fucking, you know.
And low fought a little bit, and you made. That was a badass show, man.
Well, I mean, the only reason I fought, and it sucks because the simple fact is, man, like I don't have any more jerseys, and the only jersey I fit in right now is Davante's. So that's why the whole reason I was fighting. I was like, come on, man, that's the only jersey I got. Because all the other ones I got rid of: Waller, Carr.
Oh, I gotta put a piece of tape over this one.
Yeah, see, now we gotta do the new shirts and everything like that.
All the thumbnails are all fucking messed up, bro.
Not all of them. Not all of the thumbnails. There's other players.
Might as well put Tyreek on.
Yeah, Tyreek. I remember I put Tyreek on, and you were like, you didn't even want to show up to that show, even though it was a dope ass thumbnail too. Yeah.
What thumbnail was it?
Bro, there's hundreds of them, bro. There's hundreds of thumbnails that I've done.
I remember that one. I said, get that dude out there, man.
Yeah, you didn't even want to see it no more. Like, I get it. I understand. But hey, man, welcome everybody. RaiderNationLive. I'm your host. What up, Blow? We got Coach Gravy and Ready Get 420 in the building.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's just fucking, you know, trying to move on to that. I mean, he's not going to be available, right? So he's like, he wasn't going to be available even if he was still here, like, supposedly. So,
yeah.
So it's just, we got to just, you know, I guess focus, you know what I mean? Like DA's, I mean, like AP kind of said, you know what I mean? Like, I know, you know, it's, you know, he wants to keep everything in house and like that. And I understand. I thought there was going to probably be a little bit more said just because he has been out in the open a little bit more, you know, making comments and shit like that. But that press conference, I guess he kept everything in house. I guess he's, it was maybe, you know, because I heard some people were talking about, you know, he should stay off social media and all of that shit. And
right.
Maybe, you know, that's probably, you know, at the end of the day, that's probably the message. He probably got the message, you know what I mean? And at the end of the day, he's, like I said, he's still a new coach. I guess that's, I just think that with that though, and with just everything that was said in the off season, where, you know what I mean? You even got on record fucking DA saying that he's ready to run through a wall for that man. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just like I understand, like, you don't want your head coach like being all on social media posts or whatever like that, right? But then again, that's kind of the one things that you guys were kind of like pointing out in the off season too, that he was a different type of coach. He was a coach that he was going to be in his 6'4", he was going to be on social media, you know, with the guys and shit like that. But It's just like it's when it's speaking to their narrative and like for something like I guess at that time they wanted to keep him and they wanted to make their voice heard and keep AP at that time, dog. But when shit goes wrong or when shit goes a little bit left, that's not how you're supposed to react. I don't agree with that's how you're not how you're supposed to react. Like if you wanted to request a trade or you requested a trade weeks ago or when those questions were being asked in the offseason, you should have made it clear, dog, that you weren't happy since then.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying, dog. It's just like it's like you're I understand the coach. He's learning and he's making some mistakes as well, dog. But come on, man, you can't give up on your coach that man. Give up on the team. So that I would say, bro.
The captain gave up on his team. That's the way I see it, and that pisses me off. That pisses me off because even though, and Gabe, I heard what you said, and I was enlightened with it. Was that this was going on 2 weeks ago? To me, when I started thinking, he was gone when DC left, because that's the reason why he came here, and we all know that. Me and Lo know that. I know how deep friends they are. They do everything together when they can, but they're here in Fresno all the time doing golf tournaments and shit like that, and they're walking around and all that. But if you felt like that, you just should have went to management from the get-go instead of going the season with McDaniels, going the season with this guy, pumping him up, saying you wanted him, and then letting your team down by. And I was watching tape. It made me watch some tape on DA, whereas that DA is a real good blocker when it comes to the run game or screen game and bubble game and all that stuff, the quick game. He wasn't doing that. So the business decision talk that AP was talking about did involve DA. And I think he got hit up about it, and then he got butthurt about it. In a sense, he probably, this dude talking to me like this. I'm this guy. I'm that guy. Never seen any kind of indignation of DA even acting like that. But you make a lot of money. You got a lot of stats. You're mentioned in Hall of Fame status by these big shows. People want you. You're getting endorsements. You're doing all this shit now, and then maybe it's in your head, bro.
And like, what do you think about like the thing about? Like I've been thinking about it the last couple of days, dog, and I was upset, whatever. I was kind of like maybe falling into the narrative that maybe this has something to do with Telesco and all that shit. But at the end of the day, dog, like he went up to the reports are he went up to management a couple weeks back and asked for a trade. So what is Telesco supposed to do? Just sit there on his hands and not go and explore for trades? Like that's his job. Like he's supposed to go out and explore for trades. Like if the guy asks for a trade, and he's supposed to go try to get the best value back possible, because the guy obviously is not happy. So it's like you got to go out there and do it. Like so it's like, so what do you want him to do? It's like that's his job. That's what he was hired here for. You know what I mean? And and at the end of the day, his contract is one thing too. And if he isn't happy, you know what I mean? So it's like you can't really, like, when a star player, like, I understand, like somebody said it on, I don't know what network they said it on, but they were like, when a regular player says that, you can ignore this type of shit because they're on their contract and like shit. But when it's a star player and they're unhappy and they're a big voice in the locker room and all of that shit, bro. Like you gotta almost not give in to their demands, but like in this situation where you don't really have that much leverage because his contract next year anyway is kind of big and he's an aging player and all of this shit. So I understand if he was a younger player and all of this shit, then you'd be like stubborn and you'd be like, you know what, you're gonna have to just stick around. Or if he had more years on his contract or something like that, then you're just gonna have to stick around and that's it. But when he's like talking all of that shit and he's already has 1 foot out, like it seems, you know what I mean? Telesco has to do his job, bro.
He had a foot out when DC left, bro. And then that's when all this trade shit started. So it was like 2 years ago. So just trade the dude, get something for him, and keep it moving. That's the way I feel about him. That's the way I feel about him. You know, we're still gonna play. The longer he stays around the organization, the longer that people are gonna talk about this shit, and the higher, shows, because every freaking show was talking DA. Where's his landing spots? Okay, this and that. But our symbol is on this guy. You know what I mean? Put him on another uniform already, or put a blank shit on him. He ain't with us no more, and we got to deal with that. Because the longer he sticks around here, and he says he's doing rehab and all this, but change his card. He can't go in the facility. Fuck all that. You're gone. And then if you don't want to be here, stay at home. Or you be with your new baby. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Go to New York. Go to New York. Go play with two other quarterbacks or New Orleans. Go play with them, and then see what did you do? You had one of 3 All-Pro seasons. You've been here 9-10 years. You've been 9-10 years in the league. 3. You're a good player, dude. You just that you became somebody that you weren't to me. And then just because of this, we don't want us to be a distraction to our team. And I don't think it is, because AP saying we're just worried about Denver. We're worried about Denver. So we'll see if we're worried about Denver or this lingers.
Yeah.
Sunday.
I agree.
I mean, I think he has to say that type of stuff though too right now though, because his team, he has to keep his team focused as much as possible, because if he even addresses it a little bit, which that's what I understood at the end of too, is like, this is already a distraction. So you could just keep making it more of a distraction, or do what he's doing right now and focusing on Denver, like he's trying, or at least trying to keep the focus on Denver. Right. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, as a coach, he has to do that, bro. Like, we have to move on to the next thing. If the player doesn't want to be, even though it does hurt, it does put a fucking sting on us, because that was one of the last better players that we've had. But I seen a picture of the Spider-Man meme, which all 3 of Antonio Brown, fucking Moss, and fucking.
He's one of them.
The same shit. Yeah, he's one of them.
He's in that category.
He's in that category
as
now.
Far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say who, but I got a message from somebody, and like you just reiterated, Gabe, it's been for like since like the Lions game, I believe, or something, or like 2 weeks ago, Panthers game. Yeah, he was done. He was done. So you even seen it in the Carolina game, like he wasn't doing nothing. But but I'm not gonna say who told me whatever or not. But I mean, regardless, whatever, we got to move on. There's a couple other things that I kind of want to talk about and stuff. I'm gonna get to chat and we'll get into it, guys. Yeah, but Gravy, we can still talk about it, man. Gravy didn't get a chance on the hour-and-a-half show to talk about it, so yeah. So let me get to the chat real quick, bro, and we'll get back into it. Raider Paul in the building. What up? What up? Free thinker, man. Raider Paul, first one in the building. Shout out to you, bro. I'm gonna go through these real quick. I'm not gonna read nothing. All right, Jonathan 7 in the studio. John 7th in studios. Free thinker, SoCal, John B, Ernest, Mr. Fuentes. What up, Ja? What's going on, bro? Salute to you, man. Hopefully, you guys are all having a good one, man. All eyes in the building. Who else? Joel Lee in the building. Yep.
I need a touchdown from Deshaun Robinson to get 200 yards, to get $200 right now.
Do you? Yeah. Clifford in the building. Battle. What up? What up? All eyes. Ernest. Already said Bugsy. Ja.
Oh man.
Okay, hold on.
I gotta see.
Clifford in the building. Unfaced.
I just want to know too, like,
good stuff. Hold on, let me catch up real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Joali, Dixon, Circus in the building. I'm trying to catch everybody up, man. Give everybody a shout out. Pyro in the building. Who else? I said good stuff. Hit stick. All right. I'm not trying to skip all you guys, man. I'm just trying to catch up. Salute to you guys, man. I appreciate you guys. Hit that like button on the way. And Freddie in the building. Man, there's a bunch of you guys, man. Sorry we ran on a little bit longer than normal, but I mean, it is what it is. People, what's good, bro? Salute to you, man. Hopefully you have a good one. Ron, Sassy, bro. I haven't seen you in a minute, bro. Hopefully you've been good. Well, bro. Thank you for pulling up. Go out to the people. Raider Deb, what up? What up, Deb? People calling AP a bitch and said that he's focused on Denver. Nah, we'll get into that one. I'm gonna mark that one right there. Who else, man? There's a bunch of people. John B saying, showing some love. Trying to catch up to you guys, man. Raider Way, bro. Raider Way. Hey, man. Raider Way. I'm gonna be using your thing a little bit later, talking about Villa Villapiano. If I'm saying his name right, I want to talk. Villapiano.
Phil Villapiano.
Yeah. I'm gonna bring that up, bro. I got that over here. Raider 24 Nation, bro. What's up, man? Hopefully having a good one. yeah, I'm gonna bring that shit up. But anyways, go ahead, guys.
Yeah, I was just trying to say, like, this is already reported, say that he asked, management, I guess, last week, right? So, and like, there's already some rumors that he was like, that there was indication that he might have like been talked to a certain way or whatever. The shit went with him and AP, and that could have been played a part in it and all of that shit. So, like, how much of this was probably already like, I think this was maybe a bigger distraction even last week. You know what I mean? Because that's when they were going through it behind the scenes. You know what I mean? And I think they were fresh with it too, because like off of that meeting that they had or whatever, the players meeting, all of that shit. So that shit was fresh last week. So how much was it already of a fucking distraction last week? And I just love the way that they responded. You know what I mean? Because that obviously wasn't just something that happened this week after a win. You know what I mean? That didn't, those problems or those issues didn't come up right after a win against Cleveland. Those were already there that week prior. So like, that's what I'm saying. Like, if that was already an issue the week prior, like, I just think that the way that the team already, kind of responded, I don't think that that's why I don't have too much worry about this week. Like, I don't have too much worry about this week, the way the team's going to respond. Like, obviously, I think that they had their learning experience of trying to underestimate teams against Carolina. But I think last week was probably more of a distraction, because last week was when they were going through those issues. And I think that, and this shit didn't happen. These shits didn't arise right after a win. I think that there was already, behind the scenes problems last week. And I just think that this team already showed that they're resilient. And I just think that this week they're going to show again, bro. Like, I just like when we're in these type of situations. I don't know why. We play, for some reason, we play better in these situations instead of when we're the front runner.
We can't let this be a distraction. We can't. And then and then before all this happened, and before we first heard that he was that Davante put in a trade request, that I was telling Lowe, I was pissed. We had a conversation before the live when I told him that I was going out of town, and I told him, I go, this is drastic, bro. We better get ready to start, getting ready to lose, because, just because, Trey and Turner had one good game, that's it. We can get rid of, Davante and do all this. But this is when I didn't hear all the information. Now, the information came to me, and then listening to your guys' show, I started thinking different, and I started thinking more about, this is not the first time he's done this. He's done this to get out of Green Bay, and then he did it when Carr was out, and then almost every other quarterback he was here, he was just bitching about it. And then that I know that wasn't his character, but all these things that are happening to Davante now, endorsements, super duper money. The dude is rich as fuck. He's not, you know what I mean? He got 2 contracts already that are $100-something million, and he knows that. We know that. We have to know that the dude isn't gonna need any more money, and he's not Chase, he's not Jefferson, so he's not gonna get none of that money, and it just. All he had to do was just accept the change that we wanted if you were a Raider fan. And then, I questioned, you were a little kid wearing a Raider jersey. That's cool. But I question when you play for an organization that you love, you stick with them. And the hard times that they go through. You don't come here and expect, just because they get rid of your boy, your boy didn't do nothing for us, so you had to expect that. All of a sudden we were going to be a Super Bowl team because you and Carr are connected. Nah, it wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, but I think right here. Oh, go ahead, Lo. Go ahead.
Please.
No, I was going to answer right here on FaZe. Like, he's saying that last week the news hadn't got out, so like this week the news is out, and now the team is being constantly asked about asked about that, so now it's a distraction. But last week we had a different distraction. It's just a different distraction. I mean, last week we were being hounded by the media and by the loss, by the embarrassing loss. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's just were we the worst team in football and shit like that. So it's like, I just think that it's a different distraction, but I just think it's motivation for them to go out there and show, bro, like that this team is not just one player, dog, on the offense, and they showed that last week. You know what I mean? I just think that this week is a continuation of that.
When did he have a good game against Baltimore?
Yeah,
like nine.
Nine for 100.
He wasn't saying shit then. You didn't hear a
Not-
peep coming out of him. Oh, Minshew sucks. None of this stuff. He never said none of the quarterbacks suck. All he said was Garoppolo sucked by getting hit. That show was made last year when Garoppolo was there. Mm-hmm. And you got to think who produced the show and all this. He wanted to make us look in a bad light, but DA went along with it. And I don't want to talk about my quarterback like that. I don't want to talk negative about the Raiders like that. And if you're that much, he to me, I'm really once a Raider, always a Raider. This bullshit that he ain't won. He ain't won to me.
Yeah,
he's just like Randy Moss, and Randy Moss was a way better wide receiver than Davante. Randy Moss is my best. Randy Moss is the best receiver that played ever, receiver that I've seen.
So,
but I don't see him as a Raider. I don't see Davante
he said
as a
it
Raider.
himself. He said it himself. I mean, fucking when they asked him, remember when they were talking about him? Something
different. He got traded.
Yeah, Randy Moss said that he wasn't a Raider.
He got traded for Raiders. Davante's option was to go play with his boy. His boy was gone. He got pissed off. But why linger around for 2 years? Because you got guaranteed money coming to you? Well, is that why? Now you don't have guaranteed money coming to you, so you're pissed off. And it's an outlandish shit of money, dude. 44 million, 33 million, all this shit that you don't do. You're not a $33 million wide receiver anymore. And that's not because you're not a Raider. You've showed that for a year and a half already.
So for me, all the stuff that you guys are saying is very, very true, bro. Like I see it as,
I still think he's a good
selfish. I think he's a great ball player, right? Especially coming out of Fresno State. You know what I mean? It's very rare that we get anybody coming out of, over here and stuff like that. But for me, brother, like be a man about your shit. If you're going to be a man about something, if you're going to say something, do something, whatever or not, like, for example, there's a situation that's going on with me that I'm going to go to a different department. I got offered a different position, but I'm going to talk to my people, be like, hey, man, check us out. About the next week, I'm out. Like, this is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like, even though I love where I'm at, and even though it's not where I want to be, and most likely where I'm going is not going where I want to be, but it's going to put me in the position where I need to be. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, if you're in this situation, you're getting paid millions and millions of dollars, and you can't just fucking be a man and be like, boom, I'm out. Like, I can't do this, and being honest with everybody, then don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't be fucking fluff about it. Don't go on fucking K Adams show saying and being like this, well, I can only control. Motherfucker, you're the one that put the narrative out there. You see what I'm saying? So now you're playing with like some emotional bitch shit. And that's what pisses me off. Gabe turned me to the fact that, like, dude, you quit on your fucking team. I'm like, nah, we're losing a fucking player. Like, fuck him. Like, you know what I'm saying?
He could have went out cool. Like,
yeah, like, hey,
everybody
bro,
would have understood. Yeah. Everybody would have understood if you would have said in the offseason, you know what? I don't want to start all over with the new quarterback, and would have asked for a trade then. Yeah. But your team's 2-2, and then you're winning, or your coach says something. Oh shit! Your coach says something, but and like all of a sudden you turn into this female. Like, you know what? It's like, come on, bro. Like that shit right there is what. I can't fucking, like, I just can't, dog. Like that shit right there is just some bitch shit to me. Like, I don't understand. Like, he could have went out a whole totally different way, and still been considered like for forever. You know, like, hey, dog, he tried to come here. You know what I mean? And he did what he did, and he didn't want to start over with the new receiver or with the new quarterback or whatever, right?
Yeah.
I would have fucking been like, all right, bro, fuck it. Let's get. We probably would have got a better deal in the offseason for it, and helped us out in maybe even in the draft or something.
Yep.
But I don't know, bro. I can't. I don't know why you do that during the season when your team is still right there, bro.
Developed into whatever they're going to be.
Your team is still right there, bro.
Yeah. So it's like
we ain't never gonna know what it was with him and AP. We're never gonna know what really happened with.
Well, I think if it was nothing, they would have kind of answered the questions way different. Like that shit on K Adams, where he didn't even want to like be like, oh, well, I haven't heard from him. Like, I'm just gonna go do this workout and see. That's all I could control. Like, that's telling you that there's a problem there. Like, I don't need to hear like for a fact, like by one of their mouths, that there's a problem there when this is not the way that they were acting a couple weeks ago with each other.
Davante,
you can tell that there's a fucking problem there.
So John has a good point. He says Adam could have asked for a trade when we couldn't draft a quarterback, but he waited all this time and now he's a fucking diva and shit. So I think what he did was what you guys are kind of talking about, waiting for that guaranteed money to come in, whatever or not, say agreed, okay, fuck it, we can't get a quarterback. Obviously, we wanted a quarterback. Everybody wanted a quarterback, you know what I'm saying, except for Gravy, I think. Or Gravy, no, Gravy said it wasn't going to happen, but me and Gabe were on the train of doing it. And so a lot of us were too. But when he found out that Kingsbury wasn't going to be here, then he weren't going to get a quarterback. You're like, what the fuck am I doing here? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to get this guaranteed money. I'm going to see what it is. Boom, boom, boom. A couple missed passes, couple drop passes. Fucking, I'm out. And like, but he already got his guaranteed money. So regardless of whatever, man, I mean, he did pull some bitch ass shit. He would never ever play for the Raiders again. And he left a fucking sour taste in the whole fucking nation. No,
that comment right there.
What happened? He went on the K Adams show acting like he didn't know anything. Yeah, that's what I just said that right now, right?
When in reality, he had already asked for a trade. That's the fucking bitch shit right there, bro. Like that right there is some bitch shit.
Also, the simple fact is that he's saying that. So think about this: all the trade rumors, this, that, and the third. He said that he likes to play with the fucking social media and all that bullshit. So what if he wasn't putting that shit out there, calling his fucking agent, "Hey, bro, put this out, da 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 da." You know, see what happens. Keep it throwing, and he's like, "Man,
it's stupid."
Yeah, it's crazy. Now you're looking at him like, "Fuck." What was it they're saying about Deshaun Watson? Sitting there tweeting from his ghost account during halftime saying, yeah, yo, man, Deshaun Watson's playing his ass off or whatever, whatnot. You know what I'm saying? That's almost the same shit, but now he's on fucking media, bro. So it's like,
you know, and all I know is what's his name? Deshaun, right? Deshaun Jackson? No, not Deshaun Jackson.
Jackson.
Deshaun Jackson. Yeah, Deshaun Jackson, the one that the receiver that we had a while back, but like the Philadelphia fucking receiver. But
he was right
when he came, yeah, like I know he wasn't like totally right because I don't think DA talked to him or whatever, but it's just like you fucking making him seem damn right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's like all of that shit that you said the next day or a couple of days after in that interview when you said, "Oh, if I felt unhappy or this and that, like this is what it is. I'm here and I'm here." You know what I mean? Like saying like all of that bullshit and then a week or two later, it's like a totally different story. Like, get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Like that's just a fucking that right there.
And he's all surprised. He's all surprised at the podium. I've never talked to him. I've only talked to him 3 times ever. And that he knew. Yeah. It was all out there. And then that's what you're saying, Lo. That's bitch shit. That's what made me start thinking this dude was in an interview speaking on a dude that was right the whole time. We thought was a freaking idiot. And then he ends up to be right because he's probably been through that situation. I know Deshaun Jackson went through that situation when they went in there and when he was at Philly and got rid of everybody. So he wanted the same thing, you know.
Yep.
And then they got rid of Michael Vick. They got rid of the running back. They got rid of him and another receiver. They just got rid of all the whole team, and he's been through that type of situation where these quarterbacks aren't gonna make DA happy. So he was speaking the truth. right? But
I'm going to say something, and this is far-fetched. And not necessarily far-fetched. This is what I think the football is going to be moving forward. If you really, really think about it, these kids are getting paid whatever went on, in college and stuff like that. They're already going to get money. They're getting a lot more money. Some of these kids right now are getting more money than Brock Purdy, and he went to a fucking Super Bowl.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like you got to see that this is the second time getting paid. So he said, fuck, I'm going to get paid. I'm still going to get my money, and he's still going to get whatever wherever he goes. The only good thing about this is that Telesco can do whatever the fuck he wants. He can send them to the Tennessee Titans. Bye. There's no trade clause, no nothing. There's no trade clause. Mm-hmm. So he can do whatever the fuck he wants. Now, good for business, good for Raiders. He made a business decision, then we need to make a business decision. And now it makes sense because if you go back and look at that film, he wasn't fucking blocking like you were saying that he was a great run blocker. He wasn't doing that. Those 3 drop catches, shout out to Sol because Sol was even saying the same shit. 3 drop catches. We're kind of arguing a little bit, going back and forth, but it's just, we the homies and shit. So, but we were talking about that shit.
Things he was doing out of the norm, Lo. He was doing things out the norm. Like you get mad, we're getting mad and chopping it up big time about Jack Jones sitting a quarter about not tackling a guy, and we're motherfuckering, Jack Jones bad. We're saying Jack Jones, he ain't it or whatever. I almost wanted to replace the guy. Now, DA was doing that before Jack Jones was even doing this shit, and then we accepted it because he's Davante. We fell in love with Davante, and then I don't
commercial right now. Fuck that fool.
I'm to blame. He's a Fresno State guy. I like anybody just like you, Lo, on especially the team that I love. Yeah, I watched him when he was at State. I watched him when he was at Green Bay. I watched him when he was here. But the whole thing knows is that he knew that this was going on, and still playing half-ass. And then when he gets hit up about it, by a coach that we were blaming, oh, this is just like a Jacobs thing, this and that. Jacobs thing was money. It wasn't that Jacob wasn't playing.
But this is about money too, Gravy. This is about money too. Because
this is about guaranteed money.
Games, guaranteed money, get his guarantee, and then he's fucking out. That's what he could have did. He could have told, he did this about money too. So Jacobs, the whole thing and stuff like that, right? So if he goes to Green Bay, bro, fuck him, let him go. Like,
but isn't it weird? Isn't it weird to you guys that
not anymore?
Guaranteed money, his guaranteed money's done. We're done paid him.
Yep.
We even Max's guaranteed money's done. It's done. So we either renegotiate this contract with Max and make him one of the highest paid, which he deserves. You know what I mean? Because I don't think this is going to affect Max. I think Max is a deep-hearted Raider more than Davante is. We drafted Max. That's different than what Davante. Davante loves football. He was a fan of the Raiders when he was a kid. But you can't tell me that he wasn't all Green Bay'd out when he was playing for him, when they were paying him. That's the way that he adapted to the way that people are now. But then you mentioned like the young kids today getting paid. If they're quarterbacks, Low, we won't say that about a quarterback that's coming out of college.
What I was trying to say
is that about a receiver and all these guys that are getting paid.
Well, no. What I was trying to say is that this is what we can look forward to because these guys are going to get paid.
Yes.
If they're not happy, then they're going to go get their guaranteed money, say, fuck it, I'm paid and I'm out. And then, hey, send me over here. Send me. I don't want to play. My back hurts. Oh, my fucking.
Next thing you know, they're gonna get really hurt, and then they're being called what we call DA right now.
So I kind of see shit like this. I didn't think it was gonna happen to us. I thought we were gonna be kind of cool, and everything. I thought we were gonna be cool this year and everything, but then was the AP shit, but then this and everything. So it's like it kind of just seems like there's a shift. I've seen the shift, but wasn't happening with us when what's the name got traded, when Carr got traded, a lot of people were 50-50 on it, even though Carr sucks, Fresno State guy, whatever, whatnot. He was part of the Raiders for a long time. I thought that was a McDaniels thing. McDaniels came and tore down the team. I think he got paid to come tear down the team, and he did a fucking great job. Then we get one good player, and then you know what I mean. You're seeing other players. Well, I need all this. Look at Hassan Reddick. Everyone's saying, yeah, I fucking traded for Hassan Reddick. Because Hassan Reddick wants all kinds of money. He's old as shit. He can turn around, come and get a fucking Achilles and be out too. So, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, if we're going to turn around and really change the franchise, I'm just saying, people are saying that. If we're going to turn around and change the franchise, we got to look at what these players want. Coach AP was saying, I want hungry, I want young, I want football-minded people that want to come out. You want these undrafted guys that want to show and prove, that want to earn that shit. They'll be happy with the fucking median paycheck, $2 million or a few $1 million, so they can fucking provide for the families and do some shit. DA's already paid. So what I'm saying is, with these kids coming in and DA, these fucking guys, they're already paid. So like, fuck it, I got my money, I'm out. I play for the Raiders. You see what I'm saying? Now, the thing is, though, the only reason where he's going to go, like, say, the Saints I think if he goes to the Saints or the Jets, when he goes to either one of those, they're going to accept him because, like, he, like, shuck off, like, man, fuck the Raiders. We'll move here because we're my boy, whatever. And then he's going to have that connection. He goes anywhere else, he's going to be a pariah, bro. People ain't really going to fuck with him, man. You're going to pull this shit, so what are you going to do? Just come get some more money? People ain't going to fuck with him, bro.
Yeah, but I think the Raiders,
at this point,
the good thing about the Raiders, though, right now is that they have a lot of teams calling, so they have to choose between just the better offer. You know what I mean? And that they have time to wait for one of these teams to get desperate too, because the trade deadline is not for like another 4 or 5 weeks, which I want it to be done. I want it to be done a lot sooner. I want it to be done a lot sooner, but you know the thing is that like one of these teams is going to get desperate though. And right now, I just think that he's on the sideline. If, you know, next week or whatever, you know, like he's ready to play and we still haven't traded him, then that's a different story, because then you're getting a distraction of like, is he going to play? Is he not going to play? Or shit like that. You know, is he going to play under like with this team still and shit like that? So it's just, I think that we're in a good situation that a lot of teams are calling. There's supposedly, you know, there's multiple teams, over two, that there's supposedly like 3 teams that are calling, you know what I mean? So that's good, bro. That's good for us. And fuck it, don't send him where he wants to go. Send him whoever gives you the best return. That's it. Whoever gives you the best return, that's where you send him. Don't worry about where he wants to go. Yeah, he obviously didn't care about how you felt now when you, like, you know, at the beginning of the season, you could probably have done him that favor and send him where he wanted to go. But right now, fuck that. Take the fucking best deal. I think it's always take the best deal. But you know what I mean? Sometimes when you're trying to look out for a player and shit like that, you know, sometimes there's situations where, you know, they do right by the player. In this situation, fuck that. Send them wherever the fuck you get the best deal from.
So for me, if you think about it like this, another way too, and kind of going off of what All Eye's saying right here, saying it lowers him getting closer to the deadline. Teams can wait it out unless we get peanuts for him, right? So first off, he did what he did and kind of just said, instead of saying, hey man, I want to go to a team, I don't see this happening, we'll respect you, hey DA, send you on your fucking way, and put him fucking at a higher price. So basically the second, and him not doing what he's doing, people are not going to want this fucking problem. That's like getting Antonio Brown. Fucking nobody wanted Antonio Brown, bro. Like, it's the same fucking thing. So guess what? He got his money and he's fucking us over. Because he's going to be a problem. Yeah, he's one great player. But wait a minute.
But he has people advocating for him still right now, though. That's the thing. Like, he has 2 quarterbacks for sure that still want him. You know what I mean? Yeah. So it's like, I don't think that's going to be a problem for him. I just think that more with him is just like,
Google
fuck that, dog. Like, let's just don't do him any fucking favors right now. At this point, don't do him any favors. Send him where the fuck where you feel comfortable, where it's not going to. I would say if it don't matter if you want to send him to the NFC, you send him to the fucking NFC. You know, if you don't want him to play against you in the AFC, then don't fucking send him anywhere right there. It don't matter. Yep. You don't do him any favors
at all. I wouldn't do a goddamn thing for him. What I'm going to do is, as of right now, if Telesco hit me up, be like, bro, what do you want? What's the fucking worst team you can get? What's the worst team right now? Send that motherfucker there. I'll take a 2/3 and fucking a kicker. I don't give a fuck, bro. Get rid of this guy, bro. It's fucking done. No, everyone's like, oh, well, he's this, that. No, he's not. No, he's not, man. Fuck this shit. He's not gonna do nothing from this point forward. And
The damage is done, bro.
Yeah, I'm just not holding out any hope for that dude. I'm not holding out for. I might as well get out of here. Just get the fuck out of here already.
Sider, like I see what they're saying and everything. What I'm trying to say is just get rid of him, bro. Let's move the fuck on. AP is pissed. AP is fucking pissed.
Send him to the Browns.
Yeah, send him. Just get him the fuck out of here, bro. Like, you know, it's already fucked up that our season is gonna be back and forth. It's only making it a little bit harder on us. Maybe he wanted AOC or whatever. We're not. Who gives a shit? Like, it doesn't matter what he wants anymore. It doesn't. Because if he wanted AOC, like, oh, we're starting to Gardner Minshew. All right, well, it is what it is. Well, I'll just be here, just get my money. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't turn around, and this Gravy even said this too. You can't let the inmates run the asylum.
Yep.
You can't let players run. Yeah, coaches are supposed to be coaches. You know what I'm saying? It's like certain things. When I was looking on that sideline, when I was watching it, the highlights and stuff, the way the coaches, Leinart, Philbin, the way they were talking, they're pumped up. And Dia just sitting there like this, oh yeah, it's fucking eating some seeds and shit like that, just kicking it, kind of being there. Like, motherfuckers were just running by him, bro. They weren't even giving a fuck.
Yeah, it didn't look like he wanted to be there last week.
Yeah.
He was like one of those, I'm just here not to not get fined.
Yeah, exactly. But see, the only difference but that, I respect Marshawn Lynch.
No. I know.
Yeah.
No. I'm not comparing it to Marshawn Lynch.
Literally here
I'm just saying that's literally what he was there for. Like at that game, exactly. Like, he was literally there to not get fined.
Yeah. So for me, bro,
but he balls out. Marshawn Lynch didn't have a problem with his team.
No, there's no comparison. That's definitely not what I'm saying.
He just didn't like talking to people.
Yeah. He just thought it was stupid shit because he even said it. You're gonna misconstrue everything I say. But what fucking DA did was misconstrue.
That saying goes perfect to that situation of DA on Sunday. That's all I'm saying. Like, it's not a comparison. It's just that saying goes perfect for like what it looked like DA was doing on the sideline on Sunday.
There's guys on this team, Snowden, fucking Robinson. You know what I mean? There's fucking guys that want to fucking win, bro. There's guys out here. If you don't want to fucking win, don't want to be a part of the team, get the fuck out of here. Check your ego at the door. Apparently his ego wasn't checked, or he was fucking hiding it in the closet, or fucking, I don't know, the janitor's closet, whatever the fuck. You know what I mean? Like, I'm more of went from being like, damn, you're gonna fucking leave us, to man, fuck this guy. And it's because the simple fact is I came really close to where I'm at. I'm not gonna go to these fucking games. It's gonna be the Raiders' fault. Fuck that. I'm going to these games anyways. Regardless, I still want us to fucking win. But it's like, you don't want to lose a player of his caliber. But if he's gonna be a bitch like this, man, get the fuck on, bro. Like, I'm cool. Like, I'm not worried about him no more. It's over. It sucks that I'm gonna get rid of a fucking shirt. I'm getting rid of all the shirts and the jerseys, bro. I'm throwing that shit away. You guys want it? Hit me up.
I don't know, bro. It's like, that's one of these. The reason why I can never see Max doing that is like, I see Max, like, I see a lot of these players have like these, like Gravy said, these new player mentalities where they don't give a fuck. They have no real loyalty to anything. You know what I mean? Like, it's more of like their loyalty is only to the dollar. You know what I mean? So it's like, which I mean, at the end of the day, I really, you really can't blame them. But you know what I mean? At the end of the day, you just keep it real like that. You know what I mean? Don't spit like a fucking good game to the fans, and you know what I mean, and all of this bullshit, which is just bullshit to me. Some fools do keep it real. You know what I mean? And it's just, and then you get guys like this who are gonna say they're gonna run through a wall for you, and then week 3 they're fucking calling to get fucking traded. So it's just, I just think Max has more of like that old school mentality, like that Kobe mentality. Like, he's willing to stick with the team. To it don't matter if they're going through some rough years. He's willing to go through that process. You know what I mean? That's why I don't see, like, when people compare, like, oh, might as well get rid of Max now, like, you know what I mean, or Max might not be happy too, like, no, you know what I mean? It's just like, I don't see Max with that mentality.
I never thought
he's already talked about it too. And Max has talked about how much he, like, you know, he tries to fucking embody Kobe and shit. Like, that's one of his favorite fucking players ever. You know what I mean? And all of that shit. So it's just, I understand where that mentality comes from. That Mamba mentality, you know, that they call it and shit.
He ain't got DA tacked on him. Tell you that. You got Kobe.
Yeah.
You got legends. You got Muhammad Ali tacked on him. You got dudes that are legends. Legends, bro. You're not a legend wide receiver yet.
Hey, Dart, I'll go get a Fresno State jersey of him, not a Raiders jersey. Like, I'm cool. I'm good.
You know, the way it is now, Gabe, is that when you played against a dude, you weren't friends with him. You didn't do no jersey swap. You know,
True.
chilling with them, having them. If I played for the Raiders, I wouldn't have no Denver Bronco on my show that's going to be covering my receiver. That shit
Nope.
goes around everywhere, man. These guys have shows now. They got the opponent they're playing in 2 weeks or next week, chopping it up with them all cool. We're best friends and all that. It never was like that, bro. Football's changed so much as far as the football part and the way it was used to be. You didn't kick back with your opponent, bro. The game was over. Whoever won lost. Then you guys, what's up?
Lecky.
With all these jersey swaps and can you take a picture with my kid and all this shit? Nah, none of that shit happened, bro. None of that shit happened.
Hey, Lecky, I'm not gonna bullshit with you, bro, at all. What you're saying right there, I was literally fucking thinking, man. You took it straight out of my head. Like Campbell went through a lot of bullshit, lost a lot of fucking games.
He didn't go 2-14 his first year.
Yeah, 2-14. And check this shit out, bro. This fucking guy got a quarterback that nobody fucking wanted in golf. Everyone's saying he was done. This motherfucker just had a perfect fucking game. A perfect fucking game, bro. He has believed in him. He's went through the fucking struggle. He's built this fucking team, took time, did whatever the fuck he had to do, bro. Bro, that is kind of like where we're at. I don't see it fucking being like that. I'm not saying Mitchell's going to be that guy. If we trade for somebody like a Dalton, I'm talking shit because I said fucking Mitchell last time. I'm talking shit about Dalton. I'm just playing. But I'm saying the thing is, though, he probably had to get rid of some of those fucking people, bro. So DA is one of these guys, man. I don't care no more about this guy. Like,
you know what I can't understand though, doctors? Like, people were willing to give, you know, even Josh McDumbfuck a year extra or another year after his first year, and they're already calling for AP after fucking 3-4 games. After the third game, they were already calling for him. Like that's some fucking pussy. Just like I don't know. I just don't respect those fans for damn sure, dog.
Yeah, I was pissed.
Just used to losing, Gabe. You're used to the instability of the Raiders, you know. And I hate to say it all the time, but the mediocrity and the losing and the barely getting to 9 wins and getting happy that you backed into the playoffs, and you know, why don't we win our division and play one game where we know we're in the playoffs and we can rest our starters. You know what I mean? Well, we don't give a shit. We're gonna rest our starters and get ready for the playoffs. You know, 10-win season.
I think we need to learn how to fucking win first. You know what I mean? We need to learn how to win.
We ain't even got that yet, and you want to make changes? We're gonna lose again, bro. We're gonna lose. We're gonna lose more. And all this get this guy and wait 5 years for put a new system in to do this, to do that. If you didn't see the significant improvement and change in the offensive line this game, then you either don't know football or you just watching the ball just fly around everywhere, because you gotta watch the game. You gotta say, hey, this guy is these 2 rookies that went in there, they impress people.
Yeah.
And they've been talked about. And nobody's giving them credit that our offensive line is not solidified, but we improved.
Yeah.
We improved more than what we had in there before. And there's going to be injuries and there's going to be other guys that are going to have to step in. But we have those step in guys, and that's a blessing. But having 2 rookies go out there and Lo, you was right. They were right by each other on some plays last week. On that week. Well. And I did see them, and they ran the zone perfect. Both of them got great footwork. It's just the other older guys that don't. You know, Whitehair does a little bit. James. What happened with these 2 guys in there? James looked great.
Chris, what up?
You know what I mean? James was moving just as much as they were. Yep. But it was Miller and Whitehair that got put in that side because Parham got hurt. Is that they couldn't move. So now we got 2 young guys, and that's going to be the foundation of that offensive line. And whatever quarterback's in there, if that line keeps improving with those 2 young guys in there, it ain't going to matter what quarterback you have in there. Your running game's going to be tight, and that'll make any quarterback good.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Shout out to 76, man. Appreciate all you guys.
You got to look at that. You got to see that there's a reason why we had 150 yards rushing. You can't sit there and say, "Oh, offensive line sucks." Running back can do that by himself.
Telesco did a good job. Like Ark was saying, we were playing Call of Duty and we were bullshitting. I think it was yesterday. He goes, man, look at what Telesco really did, bro. He brought in a couple offensive linemen. You know what I mean? He brought in, who else did he bring in? I forgot.
But watching just a couple, like one start out of fucking Powers, dog, and he's head and shoulders above fucking Pete and Whitehair, dog.
Yeah.
Head and shoulders above fucking Pete and Whitehair, dog. I mean, Whitehead. It's like, that's what we were waiting for. Like, and that's what, like, I thought we were going to get out of the second round, but, like, you know, his injury and all of that shit kind of, you know, delayed it a little bit. But, yeah, dog, like, he's out there and damn, dog, that dude, he's what you want an offensive lineman to be.
Nobody had a problem picking this kid in the draft, the JPJ. People had the problems with Glaze. And I was told you guys that there's a reason why Glaze got picked third in the third round. There's a reason why. And he's showing it.
Yeah.
You know, he's been in there and didn't mess up as bad as Miller. Miller's having a terrible season.
Young DB94. Exactly. Like, people want to get on Telesco, but his 3 first picks are playing now.
Yeah.
Brock Bowers, fucking JPJ, and Glaze. Yep. Yeah. So Telesco isn't doing bad. I always even saying bad.
Some of the better players on this team already.
Yeah.
Some of the better offensive linemen and some of our best tight end.
Yeah.
So the coaching is way better. You can tell the coaching is better. You know, AP has great guys around him. I know one of them.
That too.
I know one of them since he was a kid, and he was a baller. So I know what he expects.
That's what I mean, though. Like, and people are getting on Telesco. Like, that's crazy to me.
That's Telesco's job. Is to get these guys. Yeah.
And we got a star player fucking saying that he wants out, and we're still 2-2.
Yeah.
Like, that shit is crazy to me, bro. Like, I just
aren't the Saints 2-2 as well?
Yeah.
And then isn't fucking what's the name? The Jets 1-3 or some shit like that? Or 2-2? They're probably
just lost to Denver. They just lost to Denver.
Yeah.
In a rainstorm. They're blaming a rainstorm, but football was first game in football was in the mud in a rainstorm, bro.
Yep. So yeah, go
back to your history. It was in the mud in a rainstorm.
Yeah, but the first 3 guys that he picked, that's what you want production out of.
Yep.
That's what you want. You know what I'm saying? The other guys are from anywhere from 4. If you get like maybe a couple extra 3s, all those guys should be starting. So moving forward, man, we're good, man. Like I'm over the whole DA thing. Let's move on.
Tommy Eichenberg is already gonna get some playing time.
Yeah.
Another guy.
He was in last game.
Snoops, what up?
Like, it's just
45. He's number 45. And he was him.
He's gonna get more playing time this week because I know Masterson went down with the injury, I think, yesterday. Him and Zamir went down with the injury in practice yesterday.
Good.
Masterson and Zamir. That's crazy. The 2 players that we were talking about that we were like right after the game, and like, even though we won, those were the 2 players we were like, those are the 2 players we could probably bench. Even after this win, like, the only 2 players we were really talking shit about were Zamir and Masterson.
Yeah.
Us, I know on this panel. On this panel on Sunday, those were the 2 players that I think we called out on Sunday.
Yeah.
34th running back, dude. Yeah, the 34th best running back starting for our team. That means there's 2.
Hold on. Isn't there 32 teams?
There's 32 teams starting running backs. He's 34th, and that means there was 2 backups that have more. He has 100. Yeah. He has 100 and something yards rushing.
Yeah, I didn't think Matson was gonna be the guy, bro. But I turned around and I had him on the fucking thumbnail, for Tuesday show, bro. I believe in Matson, bro.
He's
I
tough.
really do. I really do.
It's gonna be his turn. It's gonna be his turn for sure now, dog. And Lobby might get some snaps, dog, if Zamir's not able to go.
Yeah, I think so too.
I know. He might get some because there's still Abdullah.
We have an in-house contact negotiator.
I think he might be in the game, but I don't know if they'll get him the ball.
That's what I'm saying. They might. That's what I'm saying. There might. You know, it might.
Experience. That's experience, and he needs that.
At this point, anybody that has a Raider uniform on needs to get their experience, bro. The team needs to start getting comfortable with each other.
Well, But Lo, do you wait till after this week? Because if we get a win this week, bro, we got the Rams that are struggling too. Like, bro, we can get. Like, I know that I like. Trust me, I'm not getting excited, but like, if we want to build some consistency and shit like that, like in these next couple of weeks, we can start, dog, like by doing that shit, like, and we've owned this Denver team, so like, I don't know, man. I just think if we can go out and pull this win, I think it's gonna go a long way with the 2 weeks that we've had. You know what I mean? 1 week because of an embarrassing loss, this week because of all the noise with with DA and all of that shit. If we could pull off 2 wins after this thing, I think this team gets confidence to where they feel like they could win any game.
They
can. Taylor's back too. That's another guy. Everyone's saying that. So yeah,
it's week 5. Yep, Trey Taylor should be coming off. He should be getting activated for practice, but that doesn't mean he'll get started. So like, if he got activated for practice, he has a 21-day window for them to put him on the active roster. So
this is that happens. This is kind of bad, bro. Max, Devine, Thayer, Richardson, Myers, Maoga, Davante, Dylan, and McAllister all did not practice. Oh, also Zamir White and Luke Masterson. That's a big part of the team, bro. But a couple days, we knew Crosby wasn't going to do that. So a lot of these guys are going to be, Maoga is not really going to do anything. Adams really doesn't matter. Parham's going to be whatever. But if you got Whitehair and Miller on that side, we got the right side sewed up with fucking JPJ and also Glaze, because Glaze is going to be starting because you already seen what he can do. You know what I mean? And if, Thayer Mumford, that's going to suck. Well, because he's already out. We already expect that. Divine Diablo is going to be gone. McAllister, the shoulder, he got cracked a couple times. I get why he's out.
He's a little dude, though.
He's a small dude. He's fast, but he got fucking nailed a couple times, bro. On some real shit.
We'll get the official tomorrow. You know what I mean? The official, injury report for the game.
Yeah.
We'll know who's out, who's going to be a game time decision and that type of shit, because it is a long list, bro, for sure. That is a long list.
Hey, Dave, I know that me and Gabe are going to be there. I'll be there with my homegirl. She's a Rams fan. She's my homie, but she's like basically family. So we're going to be out there. So yeah, it's going to be we have some good seats too. So you know what I mean? So yeah, we'll be out there. So I mean, LA's, man, is going to be a good game. Hopefully it's not fucking hot. But
Crosby said he was, but he could.
So this is the only thing about the Broncos. The Broncos really have nobody on injury. So that's the only thing. The only person that did it, Tyler Batty, and is back, and then pretty much everyone else is good to go. I don't even think what their team is. So it's going to be a big challenge for us, bro, regardless of whatever. However you really look at it, it's going to be a big challenge for us.
Because they're trying to get off that. They're trying to break that streak. That they're going. They're coming in with that on their mind for sure. You know what I mean? And they're playing at home, division game. So regardless, even if this streak wasn't there, like, this is a division game. These are always tough games. So like, it's just, you have to go out there and try to keep those distractions away, dog. Try to keep those distractions, you know what I mean, off the field. You know what I mean? And that's what it is. And just perform like what you did last week, man. You know what I mean? Just try to get this, if it's a dirty game or whatever it is, bro. Like, if it's one of those ugly games, you got to grind it out. If it, you know what I mean, you got to establish the run, you know what I mean, play great defense, you know what I mean? And I just think that it's going to probably be a low scoring, uglier game, but I think our defense last week proved that, you know what I mean? I think we're more of a week 2, week 4 type team instead of a, week 3 type team, you know what I mean? So it's like I just have more confidence in this, especially, you know what I mean? I think that we're going to go out there ready, dog. I keep saying it. I think that for some reason, I don't know what it is, bro. Like in the past years, one thing is for sure, like you guys could point at that. For 20 years, we've been struggling, you know, we've been wanting consistency, shit like that. But for the 20 years, the one thing you can't say is that like when our back is against the wall the worst, like, or whenever we're in this type of like ugly situation is when, you know, for some reason they decide to show up. So I don't expect anything different this week, bro. I just think that they're gonna go out there and try to put this noise behind them, and I think we're gonna get a big win this week, though. I don't want to predict a score, but I think it's gonna be a low scoring defensive game where I think we're gonna get a couple takeaways. You know what I mean? And Spillane, regardless if Max don't play, dog, Spillane has to be that captain again. Spillane showed last week that he can carry this defense. He can carry this defense if asked to. You want Max out there, but you know what I mean? I think Spillane, obviously Wilkins plays a big part and all that shit. And all the players played a big part last week, but Spillane was that dude, man. You know, I think Spillane set the tone last week, and he's just that leader on the field, man. He's the extension of the coach. I spoke about him since he was a free agent and he was, you know, barely signing here, bro. Like, I just think he's one of the bigger free agent signings that we've had in a long fucking time. Long fucking time.
Yeah. But you're going back to the Telesco thing. I just hope he doesn't let this, you know, linger. You know what I mean? To where it becomes old news, but not to us, you know. And because that what we get from what we say we have sources is what the Raiders are giving these guys. Yep. They say they have guys that are in the know in this and that. All these Bonsignor guys, they get their information, but it ain't all of it. It ain't all of it. So they don't know just as much as we probably do, because we listen to them, and we mimic or probably rewrite what they say, but it's all the same thing. You know what I mean? We just give the dude up, get something for him, and it gets stepping and win some games. That's all I want to do. I don't want this hanging out like the was DC. 2 games, he's not there. Everybody talking about it. Just get rid of him. Tell him what's up, and let's focus on Denver. Let's focus. They have one of the best defenses in the NFL right now, and you know we forgot we had Jacoby Myers. You know what I mean? Jacoby Myers is now our number one.
I've been talking about Trey Tucker too, man, and he's starting to prove me right. He's starting to prove me right, man. Trey Tucker is starting to prove me right a little bit, dog. Like, he's starting to be just more than a deep threat. You know what I mean? Like, Trey Tucker is starting to be that guy, bro. Like, I think he's gonna be not gonna fill DA's shoes, but he's gonna make that, like, I think with him being now the number 2, he's gonna be very effective, because I think Jacoby's solid. I think Jacoby Myers is solid. He might not be one of a top tier number 1, but he's gonna grind out there. He's gonna block. He's gonna do all the dirty work that needs to be done. So, like, I'm not worried about Jacoby, but Trey Tucker, bro, I think that's gonna be, you know, besides Bowers. I mean, because I think Bowers automatically, I think right now becomes that number 1 target for us, but. Trey Tucker is going to be dangerous for this offense, bro, because I think they're going to start utilizing him a lot more.
What was that, Raider night? I think
even DJ Turner.
I think that he made a big change last week. The change was last week, and it was evident. Did a lot of end arounds, hardly not a lot of bubbles, and Minshew was getting it to him. So, you know, there was a couple of passes that he wants back, but the dude doesn't suck. What everybody's saying, it's not his fault that DA feels this way. It's not that was done already. But we have one of the best tight ends in football right now, and he's a rookie. and he's gonna do a lot of damage. And you have to now he has defensive coordinators accounting for him, and he's different. He's different than your Gronkowskis and your Kittles and all that. He's different than them. He's faster. He can block. He's just a different type dude. And then even Brian on the other side, you can still do 12 personnel with him there doing the same thing.
Yeah,
He's lean, taller. He's lean and taller.
Pass
Maybe
catcher.
Yeah, maybe Mayers was the odd man out. Maybe the blocking guy, and he thinks he's a catcher, but we don't know what's wrong with his stuff. But we will probably expect him not to play. But we're gonna get used to it because he's one of those guys. He didn't want to be here last year when McDaniels was here. Then he changed his mind when AP got hired, and now he has a different mindset. Because he's not maybe getting the ball. They feel that way. Tight ends don't get the ball as much, especially a guy like Mayers. He's a bigger guy. He's your typical big tight end guy that can catch. But Bowers is a different dude. He knows that. He sees that. He's I can't be like this guy. I can't be like this guy. And then, if there's so much Getsy, and then now these guys are getting. I think he'll put different formations out there just for Denver. They're not messing with a coach that doesn't know what he's doing either, bro. He's a Super Bowl winning coach. He knows how to get there. He knows what he's doing, and it's not a situation where AP will get out coached because of who he is. It's the team that. If he puts, we have to get Getsy to put our offensive players in positions to where they need to be.
Like,
and be efficient. Be efficient at doing it.
I just think people think like, I don't know, man. Minshew, I think the last game we get a win, and I think he was asked. I mean, he did what he was asked to do. You know what I mean? And we had one of our best running games, or actually not one of our best running games this year. You know what I mean? And it's like you're controlling the clock. And I understand at the end of the game, I don't even put it on Minshew. I put it on I think it was more of a like, it's just like, I think the play calling got to where I think they were playing, just not to lose. Like they weren't trying to extend the lead. They weren't trying to extend the lead. They were playing more to trying to. They were trying to hold the lead. They weren't trying to extend the lead. They were trying to hold the lead, which that could be that could be your downfall. You know what I mean? In a lot of these games, because that has been a downfall to the Raiders in a lot of instances in the past years. So I just think that we have to get away from that too towards the end of games. And I don't really put that on Minshew. I put that more on play calling. Like we went like. We were so predictable at the end of that game, but throughout that game, Minshew did what he was asked, bro. Like take care of the ball, and the run game was good. Even on RPOs, he was making the right calls. Pulling it from the running back and making the right read and getting the pass out on a big third downs too. Like I think there was multiple. I think at least 2 I counted where he got big first downs on those type of plays. So it's like. You gotta see it for what the game is too, and how the game is being dictated, bro. Like you can't just be like, oh damn, he didn't get 300 yards, like he played like shit. Like nah, bro. Like that's not what the game plan was called. Like that's not what it was. That's not what they were trying to establish in this last game.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. And it's like that. And I don't know. I just think people get too carried away with stats nowadays. Like it's at the end. Like we gotta wait. Like it was a win, bro. And like that's the way we kind of envision wins this year anyway. That's the way we were trying to envision wins this week. Play good defense, take care of the ball, and run the ball. You know what I mean? And that it was a good fucking example of that this last game, and people are still calling for fucking AOC to start.
Yep. Jameer fumbled the ball and changed the entire game. That's true. That's true.
That too, exactly. How he was in control of that game at that point, dog. Like Minshew and the offense and the defense was in control of the game up until that point, and Jameer fucked up.
Yeah, change the momentum, change the swing, everything. We were, and momentum is a big factor in football, bro. One of the 5 factors in football. The momentum is the one, and we're complaining, You know, I don't care how many times Minshew threw the football. The dude is 70% completion rate, bro. 70%.
I've been consistent.
That's top of that's top of the league, bro. That you might look at all the stats. You might look at touchdowns and interceptions and all that. You could be a stat guy or try to be, but when you look at stats, you got to know what they mean. You know what they mean when it's a touchdown. Okay, he doesn't have a lot of throwing touchdowns, but he has a lot of picks. He has to throw a pick. What's his Carolina game, right? Or something like that. But the dude is completing passes at a 70% rate right now, as in the 5th game. That's pretty damn good for me. And then having a 150-yard rushing game.
Thank you, Psycho. Appreciate you, bro.
Playing good defense. That's the way football is, bro. If you want us to be, like the Atlantas and what we're watching right now, they're getting beat at their own game. They're dropping footballs. And who was dropping the footballs in our game?
Very true.
You got to remember that. If that's a completion that we didn't get
on 3rd down.
Exactly.
Yep. And who was that dropped it?
Yeah, DA.
I was the first play of the game. Bowers dropped that ball. He was gone. It would have been a touchdown the first play of the game.
Oh yeah.
He had so much green grass, bro.
Oh, you're talking about this last game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The first play of the game, he had a touchdown.
He looked. He was trying to run before he had the ball in his hands. Yeah. But I just think this week, bro, is going to be a tough game.
Coaches saying that he never does that. He never does that. So
yeah,
rookie mistake. You better keep your head looking around and see if a safety's coming at your legs. Yeah, you got to do that.
For real.
Yeah, this game is going to be a big one, man. I'm even through all the distractions and shit like that, bro. Like, I knew that Minshew wasn't going to be the guy. He was going to be somebody that's going to kind of get us through. You know what I mean? AOC, regardless, whatever. Minshew's our quarterback, and if you really look at the numbers, and if people want to be numbers guys, that was the most complete game that we had. Those turnovers changed a few things. That turnover changed a few things. We had a lot of turnovers as well. Drop passes and stuff like that. The play call was pretty good. Getsy actually made some decent play calls. Offensive line played good because that's what we needed out of this team. Now, moving forward, we're going to need the same shit. A lot of these are going to be ugly wins. We're going to squeak by and stuff like that. We can't give up the ball regardless of who it was. Yep. It wasn't Minshew's fault.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
I would be more worried about that, Lo.
Mm-hmm.
I would be more worried about that, a team that grinds and makes a mistake, and it comes back and forgets about it and keeps doing the same shit and doing it and doing it and doing it to where they break you down.
Yeah.
And I would be more worried about them than a guy just like Miami. Look at Miami. All this speed, all this stuff, all this finesse and everything. Look what they are right now, bro. They don't have the quarterback anymore, but he was the problem too.
Yeah.
So
he was a liability too. He was just putting a lot of stuff up there, yeah.
And the Rams are the same way.
It's just
Green Bay's not.
And I just want to be able to even even grade him more. Even now with the offensive line playing better, you know what I mean? It's just like, and now just like, we're 2-2, bro. Like I think it's the offense is still trying to get its legs and shit. Still trying to figure out who the fuck. Because I think they finally figured out Zamir's not the damn dude. You know what I mean? So I think. What if Madison gets the running game, more consistent? You know what I mean? Like this offensive line, I think is going to get better. You know what I mean? So when you have now with these opportunities, when your offensive line is having better games and your running game is better, you're able to not dink and dunk as much. You know what I mean? You're able to open up the game a little bit more. So I just think like let's see where we are moving forward now too, bro. Like I think with the offensive line getting better and maybe, you know what I mean, the addition of Madison getting more carries, you know what I mean, and just probably being more effective in that way with the offensive line and just a better runner overall. I just think that it's still real early in this season. I just think that we still have a lot of things to evaluate. I'm not even ready to even say that Minshew's really like totally not the guy. Obviously the odds are against him for him to actually be the next, you know, franchise guy or whatever like that. But it's just we gotta still the year's still way too early, dog, to be like, you know what I mean? All right, he sucks this much and like it's just let's see what we still got ahead of us, dog. Like when we're more of a, I think that the offense is probably gonna get, I don't know, with Getsy, to be honest, I don't know. Like, well, it probably the execution probably I think is gonna get better, but the Getsy thing, I'm still up in the air with. Like the Getsy thing is still very big question mark. But if the execution gets better, bro, I just think that that's going to take us a long way too. You know what I mean? Because that's going to allow for, like, you know what I mean, with the execution on the offensive line is going to allow for the run game to be better, which I think that opens up everything for the Raiders, bro. I just think that that's the biggest thing, and we've been missing it, and I think that's why we've been struggling. That's the biggest reason why we struggled the most on offense, because we haven't got a run game going, and we finally did. And other than the fumble, that was the most comfortable we've looked in the game. You know what I mean? Like actually getting a lead, getting a 10-point lead, and you know, and holding it for a while. But other than that fumble, I think we would have been well, you know, like in the driver's seat in that game. We wouldn't have had no worries in the fourth quarter if it wasn't for that fumble. Yeah. I just think like that's how what a clean game gets you. Like I just think that's what we got to look at more, dog. Like that was our best game up to date. Like we looked the most comfortable. We had the biggest lead that we've had up to date, and it's just we've looked the best like that. Even with Minshew only getting 100 and something yards passing.
Yeah.
Bo Nix got 60 and won the game. 60 yards passing and won a game. How would you? What would the Raider Nation
number one
say?
Defense? That was the number one defense last year.
And what would the nation say if Minshew did that? But won the game. Won the game.
Everybody needs to go. Yeah.
Been hollering for AOC.
For the 72 people in here, listen, check this out. For the 72 people in here, check this out. I'm going to look dead at the camera. I'm not looking at my boys or anything like that. It's going to be a long fucking season. It's going to be up and down. There's going to be a lot of fucking wins. There's going to be a lot of things you're not going to like, a lot of things you are going to like. But guess what? We're still going to fucking be here. So stop being a little fucking hoes. Stop talking shit. Just try to fucking, man, if they lose, we give them their fucking little bit of fucking bullshit, and then we move the fuck on, bro. That's all it's got to be, bro. Stop with the bullshit. If you're not a fucking Raiders fans, fucking unsubscribe. Get the fuck out of here, bro. Like, because I don't care if you think this, that, and the third. Fucking, we're gonna move on, bro. We're still gonna rock the Raiders shit. We're still gonna be here, bro. If you guys don't want to be here, man, by all means, dip. There you go. Go with DA, bro. Go be a Saints fan like Wi-Fi Willie, bro. Like, I ain't hearing it. I'm not doing it. It's gonna be up and down. Either fucking roll with us or don't.
Jerseys,
you know what I'm saying? AP's our coach. Minshew's our fucking our quarterback. Fucking Zamir White sucks. Okay, yeah, but who gives a shit? We're still gonna be here. Fuck it.
That offense did not complete a third down after the first quarter, though. That in Cleveland, like that's why, like, we controlled that game, bro. Other than the fumble, like when it was 20-10, it was just like that's the best I've seen the Raiders all year, and we were just like, oh shit, you know what I mean? Like, damn, you know what I mean? After halftime, like getting 20 points unanswered, and it's just like you're starting to look good. The defense is getting 3 and outs, causing punts, and we were even like. Samir even had a good run on that drive, like on that one drive right before he got that fumble. He had like a good first down run, then a bad second down run, and then I don't know what it was on third down, but he fucking fumbled. You know what I mean, on third and short, and that was the biggest momentum of the game. That's what even made it close. Like I just think like that if we're able to play clean games like that, like we're gonna be in a lot of games like what we were predicting at the beginning of the season. Like
that's going to keep us in a lot of games because our defense, I just think it's going to gel more, and I think we're going to be better, dog. I think we're going to be like, I was shocked, dog, when the way we played in that week 3 against Carolina. Like, I was like, shit, bro. Like, I didn't see that shit out of our defense. I didn't see a performance out of our defense like that, like, coming all year, bro. And like, that's why that shit like made me rethink of everything I was saying in the offseason. But this last game, it's still a long way, but that's what you want to do when your team could do that, shut out a team, you know, from the first quarter on, basically hold a shutout on the defense.
Yeah. Yeah, so like for me, like even though Deshaun Watson is what he is, bro, like the defense did their fucking thing. They started getting momentum, they started doing that, and they stopped them. Fucking players that weren't everyone was bitching. Oh, bring Snowden and why didn't Snowden? This, down the third, a fucking preseason warrior, and he came and won the fucking game, bro. With one of arguably one of the best fucking defensive players on his. He wasn't even on his side. He was a fucking. It was a. What do they call it? Not a trap. What is it?
They did a swing. They did a swing like an inside outside.
Yeah, inside outside, and he came in whatever not.
Came from the backside.
Yeah,
he came from the backside and ran Deshaun Watson down.
Yep.
Very impressive. Very impressive. That speed right there.
Damn. These motherfuckers. Yeah, but all I know, bro, is that we're barely in week 5. It's always going to be bullshit. It's going to be bullshit with the Raiders. AP with his stripper allegations and all that bullshit. Why are they bringing that shit out now? You guys heard about that shit, right?
What?
You guys heard about AP? What was going on?
Arizona
State, yeah.
During COVID and shit?
Yeah, during COVID. Who gives a shit, bro? Like, hey, you know, they have masks on.
I wish I could be in the strip club.
It's like they're suspending him from being, like, to be honest,
being a person.
Like, no, to be
I'm
honest,
just
like,
trying to say they're trying to dig into AP to find something wrong with the dude, and
they're looking at everything, bro. Who gives a shit, bro? I really don't even care about all that bullshit, bro. Look, it's week 5.
Hey, as long as you don't coach in the NCAA, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, he's not going to NCAA, but then yet everybody wanted Harbaugh, and Harbaugh was fucking cheating. What's one cheat's better than the other one, bro? Miss me with all that bullshit. I'm cool. Fuck it. Who gives a shit if he was at a strip club? Who doesn't go to strip club? Like, you know what I'm saying? Everybody goes to strip club. So shut up. Then who gives a damn? What are you guys talking about? You guys are trying to look for some dumb shit, bro. It doesn't fucking matter. The Raiders are going to always be under scrutiny. We're either going to be fucking riding with us or not. And if you're not riding with us, bro, like I said, doors over there, fucking keep it pushing. Personally, man, we're going to move on. We're going to fucking win some more games, and I'm not worried about it. We're still going to go to games. We're still going to be supporting the team. It's hard. It's fucking hard being a Raider fan. But guess what? 31 other teams don't win the fucking Super Bowl neither. Who gives a shit? You know what I'm saying? For real. Who gives a shit? So, man, come on, bro.
You don't win the Super Bowl with the 34th best running back. Here we go. Cool up for another game winner.
Yeah, another game.
Young Ho.
Tired to go to overtime.
This Young Ho is cool.
It's to go to overtime, not game winner this time.
To go to overtime, yeah. Shout out SL Raider. He said, thank you for saying that, Lo. Some people are acting stupid. Raiders for life, no matter who's on our team. Exactly, bro. Exactly. If Baker Mayfield was on our fucking team, he lost one fucking game, people will lose their fucking shit. So y'all just fucking chill the fuck out and just be a fucking fan and understand that people make mistakes. Nobody's perfect. Nobody in this fucking chat is perfect, bro. So I don't want to hear the bullshit. You want a perfect season? There's only been one season. Did he do it? Tied it up. Let's go.
Man, I was banned from
my thing is this. Look, Garner's not going nowhere. Matson's looking good. The offensive line look good. The defense is gonna be the defense, bro. And we got young players. We got a good fucking coach. We got a good coaching staff. That's one thing that we haven't had in a long time. Good coaching staff. Go look at the Raiders mic'd up. Go look at that shit, bro. Go watch that shit. It's on Raiders on YouTube. Go watch it. Look at how they're talking. Look at how they're responding. Look at the fucking sideline, bro. These motherfuckers were on point. They were battling it out. It's not a fucking easy job, bro. If we lose to the Broncos, fuck it. We're still going to be here, talk shit about them, and keep it pushing. We're going to try to figure out a different way to do it, but we're not going to do it. We've owned the Broncos.
Fuck that. We're winning them. We're beating them, dog. Beating them donkeys down.
But, I can figure however the hell I want. Fucking Omar. Stupid.
Omar, I was with Omar. I was on the chat with Omar saying, fuck this. This is just like but he I'm still pissed, you know what I mean? But it's just the dude don't want to be here, bro. It has nothing to do like with Jacobs, and we were pertaining to that. Here we go again. Telesco don't want to, it has nothing to do with pay. It has whatever. He wants to be with his boys, dude. So just let him go, man. Let him go. And it's not AP's fault. It's not AP's fault. The thing about it, Omar just wants to hear it from the mouth. He wants the whole story to come out, and the coaches don't do that, bro. With a player. No. They don't want all their business out there.
I'm actually glad he didn't, dog, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm glad exactly he did it the way he did.
I wanted him to. To be honest, I wanted to hear everything. I wanted to hear all the fucking dirty laundry, whatever. But to be honest, for the team's sake, fuck that. You know what I mean? Like, I think, like, he can't just keep doing the same shit. You know what I mean? Like, I understand when people say, like, he should stay on social media and all of that shit, but him talking about it is just furthering that narrative. So like
that becomes a distraction. That becomes a distraction.
At some point, you have to like keep it, in house and shit like that. And I think it's you know what I mean. Do you want him to keep making the same mistakes? Like that's the definition of insanity, right? You know what I mean? Like when you keep making the same mistakes and expecting different results. You know what I mean? So it's like that's not what you want. Like you gotta keep. Like I wanted him to fucking spill all the juice, dog. But pause like a motherfucker. So I wanted him to spill out,
So I got a question. All right,
Gravy, I like the way he did it.
Gravy, you have social media, right?
Yeah.
Gabe, you have social media.
Yeah.
Pretty sure Raider Deb has social media. I know she has social media. So you're telling me a professional motherfucker cannot do it when we turn around and try to look for shit and stuff like that? Now you're saying that a motherfucker can't like something? So what? Because you like 4x4s and he has the lowrider, he can't like a lowrider page? You're literally watching what this motherfucker's doing? Did he wipe with the right hand or left hand?
When you're in a position,
I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what position you're in or whatever. We're not, because the thing is, though, DA even said this shit, and fuck what DA says. But the thing is, though, there's so much shit out there, whatever. He just liking whatever. Okay, cool. They're saying it. Fuck it. I took it as like, oh, DA is just liking it. Who cares? Like it was like, okay, yeah, we're laughing about it. I thought that they were back here just laughing. Look at these motherfuckers, they're just laughing at shit, guys. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if somebody's talking shit about me, I'll go like that shit. I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying?
No, I thought you were talking about the DA situation with AP, like in that him getting traded.
That's exactly what I'm talking about. Who in the fuck is going to tell you as an adult person that pays bills, pays taxes, buys a phone, turns around, pays for whatever the fuck, they're going to turn, well, you're in a position of this, that, and third. You shouldn't like that. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? Literally, what are you talking about? You're telling me that you cannot fucking have a social media? You can't turn around and everybody's doing it? Like,
he already went up to him, and this is where I disagree with you. If he knew already,
exactly.
That
so
DA was asking for it, and through what we know is that DA had talked about being traded weeks ago, right? So AP had to have wind of it, but if AP is talking on a show or saying something, I don't know if he was on a show. I don't even know what he liked, but if your head coach, likes that. And I guess nowadays it hurts people's feelings.
Thank you, Mike.
But I think that AP should, and not specifically his players. There's no problem with AP being on social media. That everybody is, every coach is probably, but they don't put themselves out there. And then whoever figured this out and seen, oh, this is AP, you know, props to you for millions of people that probably like that shit too. There's probably Raider fans out there saying you're gonna get traded. They probably liked it too, but they did. This is AP. But he said at the podium, we discussed it in house. We're not gonna bring it out here. That's all already done from AP.
Hold on, all eyes. You're saying that? Wonder if Andy Reid likes on IG? Who gives a fuck about Andy Reid, bro? Like, who gives a shit? Look, at most of these motherfuckers that have their blue check mark and stuff like that, you thinking that AP sitting in the building for 15 fucking hours is going to turn around and go like something? He has a team to do that. He has people taking pictures and doing all that shit, bro. Probably has his fucking niece or his cousin or the media doing that shit, bro. All it is just a fucking like. You're like, oh shit, why did you like it? You know what I mean? He doesn't control this shit. That's where people are like, oh, well, social media is everything. Oh, you're eating healthy. What the fuck, bro? Anyways, you're fucking eating healthy. You're sitting there seeing somebody put pictures of food and this, that, and the third and shit, right? People are putting all this fucking pictures of food and all this shit, right? But then you turn around and see the pictures of them, their fat asses, bro.
Fucking Kirk Cousins, huh? 500 fucking yards.
Yeah. Yep, they just won.
Game-winning touchdown, 500 fucking yards. Damn.
People. I was saying Kirk Cousins.
Yep. Anyways. But all I'm trying to say is, bro, fuck them, bro. Like, I don't give a fuck. He liked it. Who gives a shit? Andy fucking Reid is doing fucking commercials. Andy Reid's doing fucking commercials, bro. And nobody's saying that. If fucking AP turned around and started doing car fucking sales commercials, bro, everybody will eat it.
You know what it is, dog? Winning cures everything, like they say. Because
two.
No, that's what I mean.
In the NFL,
that's what I mean. Like, right now. Because even if we win that game against Carolina, they're like, DA is probably probably not fucking asking for a trade and shit like that. You know what I mean? So it's like the shit is like so much different. Like if AP's liking shit on social media and we would have won that game or we would have won the game. Oh yeah, look, AP's one of these new-minded coaches. Like, this is what you want in a coach. Like, this is the way the coaches are. This is the way coaching is moving towards. Like, he's being he's being more engaged with his players and all of this shit. Like, it's just the way it's like perceived, dog. Like, when you're winning or you're losing. When you're winning, it's going to be seen like, oh shit, he's doing something different. That shit's fucking like, that's the kind of coach you need. Like, that's the kind of coach that these new-headed these new era coaches like. But when you're losing, oh, it's a distraction. It's this, that. It's like that. It's like, it's just the way you look at it, basically. No, it's just the way, and that's just the way it's always going to be looked at. Winning is always going to cure everything.
Yeah, winning is always going to do that, bro. Regardless of whatever. Go ahead.
EA would have balled out against Carolina if we was 3-1. Ain't nobody would have been talking this shit right now.
Exactly.
Fuck them. They be saying fuck them. Fuck them. We were 3-1. And just that one loss. This is where it all started.
That's where it all stemmed from. Yep. That's where it all stemmed from, dog. And that's what's crazy too, because that's why I said what I said earlier. Like, this was a distraction right after that Carolina game, because you seen it in DA's face at halftime, even in that game, bro. And then like when you're seeing it, like when you're hearing now everything like kind of developing a little bit, when you're hearing that DA asked for a couple weeks ago, that shit happened probably right after the Carolina game. And that with the liking the post and all of that shit, like, that there's some friction there. Like, no matter what, like when these guys are not even wanting to answer questions about each other, or like really like beating around the bush about like, DA on the K Adams show, they're asking him about like, oh, this is all I could control. And then, AP, which I like the way he handled it, but like not wanting to answer any questions either. Like, it's just like, that there's something there. That there's something there between them two. And it's just like, I don't know, man. It's just, that's why, like,
talk about it. He doesn't.
No, and that's why I'm saying like that loss did that much, but then, you know what I mean? Like, you can see that it's almost like if you get a same type of effort the next week, I can see where a lot of the locker room feels the same way, where you can give those those opinions and like, which everybody is allowed to their own opinion, but like when your opinion seems more right when like you're saying that after like, okay, they lost again, you know what I mean? So now, oh yeah, there must be something in the locker room, or he must have lost the locker room. But when you get a response like that, how do you figure that he lost the locker room when obviously his locker room responded after all of that drama? His locker room responded because you know that there was some of those issues already brewing in you know, behind the scenes, and then after that embarrassing loss, so you already know that there was already friction there. So like, you know, already his team kind of already battled dog for him. So that's why I don't understand that narrative of that he lost the locker room, like, or that he's losing the locker room. You know what I mean? It's just like I don't see that.
Yeah. At this point, bro,
and then from what I heard, that he went up to the whole team. He said, "I'm gonna ask for a trade."
He said, acting like a Raider fan. At this point, bro, I don't give a shit. I'm rocking with my team. It's a 72-hour rule, bro. You turn around, you get some bad news, you fucking, you know, digest it, figure it out, let it fucking go away. 72 hours, fuck it. You get back to your own fucking thing, bro. For me, I'm not even worried about it. I don't care if AP was caught, you know, fucking sheep herding in Diddy's fucking ranch, bro. I don't give a fuck. I really. Whoa! I'm just saying, I don't care. I don't care.
How'd you know about that? How'd you know about that?
Breaking news.
No Diddy.
I said sheep herding on Diddy.
No Diddy.
That's what all that KY was for, huh, Lo?
No Diddy affiliation there. No Diddy affiliation.
So yeah, okay, maybe that's too far. That's too far. But I'm just saying, bro. Like I don't care. I don't give a fuck.
I got you. I feel right.
No, but you
I know, right? You're making the extreme a comparison. Like even if it came to that, I get you. But
I don't care. I'm gonna be a Raider
AP has no affiliation with Diddy.
Yeah, allegedly,
because we don't know who the motherfuckers on that list.
Yeah.
On that motherfucking tape. I mean? Who used that fucking baby oil? We don't know who the fuck used that shit.
I haven't seen not one baby oil in the Raiders locker room, so I wouldn't know. Sheep herding on Diddy's ranch. You got to get it right. Tight. I just came up with it, bro. Like I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I don't.
That's weird. That's weird how that just popped in your head so quickly.
Yeah, I was goats and ranch and I don't know. You know what I mean?
I was like, no.
Like, that was real descriptive. I had to pull out something. I was just talking shit.
You know, you're from out there in the country, bro.
Yeah, I know. I know a little thing about goat herding or sheep herding. Yeah.
You probably had a little goat at the fair. Huh?
Anything with Diddy has to do with Diddy right now is wild, dog. So.
Well, yeah. But I'm just saying though, everyone's talking about Diddy. Maybe without getting the algorithm, bro, get some bunch of shit going on.
For real,
but I'm just saying, bro. Like, who gives a fuck, bro? DA's gone. We got our team. We're playing the fucking Broncos that barely fucking won with 60 fucking yards, and the defense is pretty decent. Nobody's injured. You know what I mean? We got a team that's seen that, look, if you can be the fucking top guy and you're going to be a fucking diva about this shit, a lot of these guys, it's an example. A lot of people in that building are looking at like this motherfucker right here. This lying ass fucking, man, I ain't never going to be no shit like that. I ain't going to be no diva like that, and I don't give a fuck. A lot of those guys are going to see that shit. They're going to be like, what the fuck? And then DA, smart ass,
is going to get
worse.
Like,
hey, you could pick two receivers right now. Who would you pick? Trey Tucker and Jacoby Myers. Like you motherfucker, you slick talking ass fool, bro.
You want to act like he ain't quitting on his team.
Yeah, but then those are the two guys, and then he laughed. Like, you know what? Fuck you, bro. Like for real. Like, you know what I mean? Yeah. Adams wanted to leave because the Raiders are bad. Okay, from the Bay 408. All right, bro. That's your opinion, bro. But I really don't care.
I
just don't understand like a team that's like you're 2-2 and like I understand we're not the best team in the fucking NFL, but people want to act like we're the fucking like the Raiders are so fucking bad, they're bad. We're fucking 2-2. We win this week and we're literally with the Chargers having a bye. We're literally
in second place in our division. Like,
D
come
is
on,
Diddy
bro.
and all the videos and all the records. Didn't he go? Wasn't DA going to those Diddy parties and shit?
Look at Night Owl. Look at Night Owl. You can't spell Davante without spelling Diva.
Diva.
Damn.
Deb said that shit too. Deviante. Yeah, Julian. Yep, Randy Moss all over again, bro.
And our division right now is
the
only team without a team under 500. Our division is the only division without a team under 500 right now.
Yeah.
And it's like they want to act like, and then if you go in there and get a tough win this week in Denver, you know what I mean? You can fucking put yourself in a good position at 3-2 and then play, going to LA which you have a big fan base over there and playing a struggling fucking Rams team. Like, I don't understand where people say like they try to like compare us to like this bottom of the barrel team. Like, I don't see that shit in this team. I don't give a fuck if we have DA or not.
Yeah.
What quarterback do you want, Allies? Tell me who's out there you want. Because ain't none of these college quarterback gonna take you to this promised land.
So okay,
the ones we said that's balling.
And he had one of the best quarterbacks of all time, bro.
Shout out to Mike too. Mike and Pyro will be at
representing big time. He said he's gonna be by the end zone too. He said he's gonna be sitting pretty low by the end zone. Let's go.
Pyro and Mike out there.
Yeah.
From Denver.
Make
Representing
sure make sure Pyro sacrifices those chickens too on the way over there.
Yep. Stupid.
That's fucking Mike.
I'll be in the end zone with my fire AP sign. Fucking what fire?
Mike be fucking
Pyro. Hey, don't say that, man, because you might take you to strip club. I'll go to strip club with Coach. You know what I mean? Let's go.
Manny from 2026. So you want to lose for 2 years to get Arch Manny?
Archie Manning already said he's staying in college for fucking 4 years though.
Yeah. So I mean, regardless, whatever, bro. I'm not. We still got fucking how many games left? Fucking 12 or 11. Yeah, we got a bunch of games, man. Pyro canceled the trip. Fucking stupid.
What do you think's in a good question?
Yeah, let's talk about that, and we'll put a score up there too, man. Let's do that because we're almost out of here, man.
Alexander Madison.
There goes Gabe's right there. What do you got on defense?
On defense, like for right now, until Max is a okay to go. Like our captain on defense right now, Robert Spillane. He's gonna play a fucking big role and like, fucking just keeping like and I actually, you know what? To be honest, I think our secondary is gonna play a big role in. I think they're gonna get a couple of turnovers on Bo Nix this week, dog. I think they're gonna bait him into a couple of bad throws. I think this is a week for Jack Jones. I think this is the type of quarterback that Jack Jones baits, and he gets one this week. I'll say Jack.
You say Jack. So we got defense Jack and then offense Madsen, right?
Alexander Madison.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go. I'm gonna go Jacoby. I want to see Jacoby do some shit. Now he's gonna be that number one. He's our solidified number one. And then on defense, I think I'm gonna see Hobbs. I haven't seen Hobbs really do much. I want to see Hobbs kind of just have his breakout game. He always has a pretty decent game against the Broncos. So they really don't have nothing. Really nothing going on as far as the passing game and stuff like that. Maybe a little bit of the running game. But I'm looking at Nate Hobbs, and I'm going to go Nate Hobbs and Jacoby.
I'm going Bowers and Palomao.
Nice.
Ooh, Palomao had a great game.
That's hard. That's hard for Gravy to go Palomao. That's I give Gravy a lot of props.
It is.
USC players are balling all around the league, though.
I don't care where he's from now. Yeah, I just he
Drake London, I had like 160 yards today. Fucking USC players are just balling, dog.
Yep.
Getting lucky. Except for Palomao. But I expect Bowers.
What about your favorite? What about your favorite receiver? That's another one too, right there, man.
Who's that?
We need one of them. But we got one. I think Palomalo's gonna be one of them.
Yeah.
Palomalo's gonna. I think, bro. Last week to that be like his first start of this year, and he played a big fucking role. Like he had some big plays, bro. Where like they were game changing type of plays. Where like that Judy play, play was big because that was a completion. Like he caused that incompletion. Like that sack. You know what I mean? Like. He took the right angle, perfect angle to Deshaun Watson, like gave him no fucking time, no chance to react or step up into the pocket. Like I like his fucking instincts. I like Palomar, though.
Yeah, I put him on the thumbnail. You know what I mean? He earned that. You know what I mean? From being an undrafted guy, you know, coach being an undrafted guy too, bro. Yeah, he deserved that. So, Ryan's saying Ja'Cory Bennett. So. The scores, guys. Scores. Talk to me about scores. What are you looking at? It's gonna be an ugly win again. We're gonna see the offense open up a little bit. What are you guys talking about, man? Run it.
I think it's gonna. I think the Denver secondary is pretty good, bro. So I think our key to win this game is going to be another dose of last week. That's why I picked Madison. Like I understand Bowers too. That's a good pick too because I think he's going to have a lot of opportunities too because there's nobody that can really match up with him. You know what I mean? And Surtain's gonna probably be on Jacoby or one of those outside guys. You know what I mean? So I just think that that's going to be a big thing for us. I think we're gonna have to run the ball. If we can run the ball good, I think that's gonna be like the key to victory because. They have a pretty good damn secondary.
Yeah. Okay. Night Owl got 2023. Okay. So
I think with the running game, we get 2 or 3 scores with the running game. Bowers gets his first score.
That'd be nice.
I'm saying 28. 14.
28-14. Okay, you're looking at where I'm at. That's kind of like the ballpark where I was looking at. Ryan Lynn saying 13-14 Raiders. Okay, Raiders 69, Broncos 3. Let's go.
I'm looking at 24.
Bo Nix. Hey, Myra G, what up?
24-13. I'm gonna say 20. No, 24-17 because I think it's gonna be kind of closer. I'll say 24-17.
I was thinking 24. I was gonna say not Baker. Fucking Gardner's gonna give me about 2 touchdowns.
I don't even know if they can score 17 on us. That's the thing. Like I don't know if Bo Nix can get 17 on us. So it might be 21-13. It might be something like that, 21-10, something like that. But I can see us. I can see our defense having a very good outing this week, because I think just they're gonna give that rookie problems. They're gonna give him some looks where they're gonna read his eyes. I think Bo Nix gives a lot away with his eyes, dog, and I think that's I think it's gonna play perfect into like Hobbs and fucking and Jax into their favor. I think it's gonna play into one of their favors. I think it's gonna be Jack, but I think in man defense, I think one of them is going to read his eyes good. And I think that this week I think Bo Nix is gonna look bad this week for some reason.
Rocky Mountain ball.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the Rocky Mountain oyster.
Rocky Mountain oysters, yeah. Same shit.
Yeah, Rocky Mountain oysters. That's basically what it is. Rocky Mountain ball.
That's a Mexican delicacy.
Hey, Broncos fan, it's crazy that you're on the Raiders podcast, bro. But tell me the score of what you think. It's gonna be wrong, but just go ahead and tell us. Anyways, so Gabe, you got 24. What did you say? What was it?
I was gonna go 24. I'm going 24-13. Fuck that shit. 24-13.
Gravy, you're at what?
28-14.
All right. I wasn't gonna go 2 touchdowns. Garner. Why do I keep on saying Baker? So I'm gonna go 1 touchdown. I'm gonna go 3 touchdowns total. 3 touchdowns. That's 21. 3
I just hope we get healthy.
That's 9. So I'm gonna go 30. I'm gonna go 30-10. We'll go 30-10. I'm gonna try to. I'm because you know what? I just have a feeling Gardner's gonna be that dude. He's gonna show us something. He's gonna have a little bit more. They're gonna have a little bit more freedom with the offense to move around and stuff like that. I'm gonna go 30-10. So
I think we get a win. My was taking the under 2. It's 2 points.
I think we get a win either way, but it could be. I think I think it could be a 1-score game, like a very, very close game if we don't get some of these guys healthy tomorrow, dog, like on the injury report.
Yeah.
One thing I liked that wasn't on the report was none of those offensive linemen run.
Oh yeah, that for sure. Yeah. And Madison is not on it. So yeah. I mean, like Zamir's on it, but Madison's not. So
that's run that shit.
If we're able to get Max back this week, that's a big pickup. Like I just think that like holding him out last week shows us that like I don't think they're gonna force him out there like if they don't think he's ready. You know what I mean? So I think if he does get to go out there, I don't expect it to look like he in that Carolina game. You know what I mean? A little bit of a shell of himself. I think if he gives it a go, I think it's because he's ready. Like I think if he sits, it's gonna be like missing 2 weeks in a row like that we got to start looking at that injury I think in a different way, because to keep a guy out like Max for 2 weeks, that injury like you could either look at it one way. Hopefully he's back on the field this week, but if he's not, that injury is pretty bad, dog. If it's keeping a guy like Max out 2 weeks.
I'll answer that. The reason why Max wasn't there is because he was rehabbing his foot at home, and they told him to stay off of it. He doesn't need to be
all right, Myra, have a good one.
On the sideline, jumping around, getting all happy. Yeah. Fucking these things. So if he stays home, it doesn't matter.
Respectfully, I think Max is pretty pissed off with the whole situation, but I'm gonna follow lead from one of my boys. One of our boys, one of the guys that we had here, he said it on the short. He's like, Max Crosby ain't going nowhere, and he's been through way more shit than DA has. So I think as a captain, even though he wasn't there, I think he was more pissed off with the fact knowing that this guy is a fucking weenie. Don't want to be around it. Bro, if you're a fucking weenie, I'm just moving around from you, bro. I don't even want to be around you at all, bro. And I can understand that shit. So personally, I think just him being there, not able to play, first time him not being able to play, and I don't know how many games. I mean, he's never not been on the field for the Raiders.
That's exactly. This is his first missed game ever. So it's like, ever. And that's why I'm saying, like, to keep a player like that out for 2 weeks, that injury, like if it keeps him out for 2 weeks, dog, that's a pretty significant injury, bro.
Yeah. So, and
4 to 6 weeks, you need rest. You stay off it.
Yeah.
So that's why he wasn't on the sideline.
Yeah, for me too. And I hate to say that stuff, man. Say it when it happened and we seen him against in Carolina. I was like, if I was coach, that's one of the biggest fucking assets on our team, bro. It's one of the guys that keeps this team going. You know what I mean? A lot of the players like Snowden and these guys that are making plays, Palomal, they've been around him for a little bit more Palomal than anything. A lot of these guys' motors are fucking trying to keep up with Max, bro. How is Max this guy? 6'5", fucking nonstop. He is the heartbeat of the defense. Even if he might get traded, shit comes up, it doesn't matter. He's left an imprint compared to where DA hasn't. He is a Raider.
That win last week though kind of buys him some time though too. Kind of buys him a little bit of leeway too. Like gives him that ability to be able to maybe set out another game.
Yeah, couldn't be there because he knew that he would be jumping around. Yeah, exactly. So the thing is, I got to see that podcast. I haven't seen it yet, but it's next man up. We're moving forward, man. And even though I did say that, like, him staying out for a couple of games, I would rather have him get a couple weeks off and then come back and be ready to move forward and stuff like that. And
be back for a
long season. Yeah. Kansas City is going to be a big one. You know what I mean? The only thing is maybe a little bit of his motor is going to be a little bit down, but I'm pretty sure he's working as much as he possibly can. High ankle sprains, like Snoop said,
I think right now it's all treatment. Right now, it's all treatment, bro. Like, there's no cardio, I think, involved right now or anything. Like, maybe the bike, if anything, but like right now, or underwater type shit, like, you know, like the underwater treadmill type shit. But like right now, it's mostly all fucking treatment to get them back on that field.
They're trying to get him back on there, believe you me.
Yeah, for me, I'm glad he's going to be out, but we're going to see a lot of these guys, a lot of this depth, step up this game. Broncos, I'm not any given Sunday, bro. I'm not saying the Broncos can't win or pull this shit out, whatever, we're not, but I'm a Raider fan, bro. Fuck the Broncos. So, like, you know what I mean, on some real shit, you know, Raiders are gonna do what they got to do, and that's where we're at with it, man.
Pittsburgh is coming up soon too, no? Like, yeah. Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Spitzberg. But they're after the Rams or before the Rams?
I'll tell you right now. Schedule. Schedule is going to be. So, Charge Baltimore, Carolina. We got Denver, then Pittsburgh, then the Rams. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So that'd be before
LA. Be in LA in 3 weeks. Oh, shit. Okay, let's go.
That'd be before LA.
Yeah, they're before LA. So, yeah.
Hey, but like that game last week against Joe Flacco and them, like, shows you too, like, Pittsburgh's fucking vulnerable too, dog. You know what I mean? Like, Pittsburgh's vulnerable too, and like, so you're gonna be able to see like what type of team they are this week too. Like, so all of these games, bro, I don't see Pittsburgh being no world beaters either. So I could think it's just we got to be able to get this one first. You know what I mean? Like, the consistency needs to start this week. Like, we can't like we've been repeating. We can't keep riding that fucking roller coaster, dog. Like, I understand that we might be a team that's like going over, like, you know, maybe hovering over 500, but we shouldn't be losing games like this. You know what I mean? Like, this is a team like Carolina. That game we shouldn't have lost, and I think this game, as much as Denver's improved, we shouldn't lose this game. Yeah. I wholeheartedly believe we shouldn't lose this fucking game, dog. Like, and I just think that if you could pull these games off and you start off, you go 3-2, like, and you know, with the Chargers having a bye, and you know, you could kind of like, obviously it's still early and it's, you know, 3-2 and you're second place. It doesn't say much, you know, this early, but you're getting confidence. You're starting to build some type of consistency. You're going up against another team who, you know what I mean, you know, a team that's ahead of you too, like in the standings in Pittsburgh. So like, you go 3-2, dog. It's big for like this whole team right now, like, especially with the news of this week. Like, you get 2 wins after 2 weeks like this in a row. This team, I think, starts building the confidence that they can, like, you know, like we've been saying all year, they could start beating any team. I mean, they showed that in week 2 against the Ravens.
Yeah,
they already showed that in week 2, and now if you do that after adversity like this in this last 2 weeks, bro, you really got that. I think you really got that confidence that you could beat anybody, especially when you throw in the middle of that, you know, a fucking learning lesson like Carolina, like, where you can't you know, underestimate teams. I think, like, at the end of the day, like, you win this week, bro, like, obviously you don't want to trade, like, you don't want to, your star receiver asking for trades, but this situation, like, I think it builds, to be honest, like, you might call me crazy or whatever, but I think it really gets this team even closer. Yeah. Like, it starts getting this team even closer because you go through all of that shit. You beat a team like Carolina. You beat a team that's like Baltimore already, you know, this year, and so that shows you already that you could beat anybody, because you've seen what Baltimore did to the Bills last week, and then obviously Styles and all of that shit, and it's the beginning of the season. They didn't play their best game, whatever. We still went over there and beat them. You know what I mean? So I don't give a fuck what they did. They had everybody to their disposal. They didn't have nobody hurt. So I don't want to hear any of that shit like, oh, they weren't good at that time. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, we went over there and beat them. You know what I mean? The Carolina was a shit show, and I think that was that fucking, you know, the learning, that learning, you know, that teachable moment type shit. And then you go, you know, you beat Cleveland after that type of shit. And if you can find a way to beat Denver this week, bro, I think it's just,
the confidence in this team is sky high, regardless if they're not the most. You've seen teams before not be the most, like I say, the most talented or anything like that, but you see teams like this when they battle through like situations like this, they're closer teams and they get more wins because of it. Like they're over. You may call them overachievers or whatever, but those teams start winning more games and they start, out of nowhere, those coaches at the end of the year are starting to get looked at coach of the year because all of these situations that they've gotten them through. So I don't know, man. I think this week is a big week. I could fucking be talking out of my ass or whatever, but I just think that it's a fucking big week, bro. Like this is after these last 2 weeks that this adversity, how you want to call it or whatever, like, and this is adversity. This fits in that category. Like, I just think that it goes a long way if you're able to go to Denver and win a division game like that.
I'll tell you this, Gabe. It's way, and you guys might trip out on this, that it's way easier to talk to your team that's when it's behind or going through some adversity, or they're not playing well. It's way easier to talk to them when everything is all good.
Mm-hmm.
Way easier. If you coach, you'll see that, and they listen more than just going through motions. And then you're used to winning. That's a good thing, but sometimes that bites you in the ass. But if you're always under pressure and you're in tight games, that brings the character and the player playing his fullest out after halftime or after a talk or whatever, than anything that the coach can do, because you do it yourself with the coach's guidance. It's just not, okay, we're winning the game by 20, go out there and do your thing and let the coaches make whatever adjustments they need to do. But when you talk to the team, all of you got to listen. All of them have their eyes on you, and you're saying the right shit. Then your team will stay the way they are, and they'll come out. Most of the time, they come out winning. And I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised that sometimes with that.
There's 17 tests, dog. You just gotta pass more. Like, you know what I mean? There's 17 tests. Mm-hmm. This is another one. This is another fucking test. We just gotta go out there and fucking ace it this week, dog. That's it. You know what I mean? Like, we gotta fucking be able to go out there and execute. I think that our offensive line is gonna be better, which I think is going to account for our running game to be better. Which, I think we'll be able to dictate clock, and our defense will be able to cause a lot of fits for this quarterback. That's my prediction for this week. We're at the 2 hour.
We get this win. We get this win, and we play this win. When we get this win, we're gonna think a whole differently, and I'm gonna remember who's in there saying AP this, AP that, because yeah. I was too, but just because the DA shit. And I'm giving him a chance. I'm giving him his due, chance for him to run this team. But if he gets a couple of games in him, you ain't gonna hear that shit. AP's gonna be we got the coach of the year.
Yep.
The coach of the year. So it's just, I wouldn't let this DA thing get too much out of hand. We could talk about it still, but probably talk about it if we go somewhere that we don't expect. But I don't think it's going to be in the division. But if we do what we have to do and play the way we did and the way AP wants us to play and all those coaches, then we shouldn't have a problem with this team, with a rookie quarterback. We can't make this quarterback have his breakout game.
Yeah. When like, even what Night I was saying, we always do good when we shake off, whoever busters or whatever, we're not, man. Mm-hmm. I mean, at this point, bro, we're in it. We're in it. Week 5. Number one, quote unquote, number one guy is gone. Our number one defensive player, most likely not going to play. We're in it, bro. This is the thick of it, bro. So I'm rocking it. I'm ready to go. I'm saying 30-10.
I'm ready.
I'm ready too, bro. I'm ready. Shout out Mike. He's gonna be there, man. Shout out to the fucking 80. I think it was 89 people we had at one point. Man, I appreciate all you guys, man. We're channels. I mean, we got to 1,000, whatever, or not, and some people have 4, 5, 10, whatever. It doesn't matter, bro. But I love talking shit with you guys and being here, man. Appreciate you guys. Got to be thankful for what you do, got what you don't, and you know, I want to give a shout out to the homie Taj and all his family, man. He just recently passed, a family member and stuff like that. So,
shout out.
Gravy knows him. You know what I'm saying? You know, he's a good dude, man. Love that guy. You know what I mean? So, yeah, just you never know, man. So we just gotta enjoy every single time, every single day that we got, man. So you guys enjoy it. Still a couple days.
I made him like the Raiders, bro.
Yeah. Nah, come on. Taj was good. I think he was a Chicago fan.
Chicago Bears fan. So was Samad.
Yeah, that's right.
Samad. So I go. The whole family is.
They're all fucking.
You ain't gonna get what you get unless you become a Raider fan. He goes, all right, real quick. So,
always
big up to his Taj, bro.
We used to give talk shit, all of us, because he was a Chicago lens fucking Cowboys fan and stuff like that. It was good shit. But man, Taj, man, you know, I'm glad you're home and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? So we appreciate you guys, man. But like I said, man, you guys gotta be thankful for everything, man, because you know what? Do all the bullshit, all the shit talking, whatever, whatnot, man. This is a good thing that we have, and let's just fucking enjoy it while we can. And just keep it pushing, man. It's gonna be Raiders all day, and it's never gonna be anything else, bro. So I don't give a shit who's here. You know what I mean? So if AP gets fired, I'm gonna try to find that motherfucker, take him to the strip club. And I don't go to strip clubs. I'm gonna go get him a lap dance, bro. I don't give a fuck.
You lying?
I work in the goat club.
It's a goat club, bro. You like goats?
Hey, a club's a club, bro. A club's a club. But yeah, man, we're gonna get out of here, man. You guys be safe this weekend, and we'll see you Sunday night at 7 with the W. So,
yes, sir.
So like we always get like how we always end the show, guys, on 3. You guys ready? 1, 2, 3, let's go.
Raiders!